Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel tonight. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If you're visiting here for the first time, maybe you would consider joining my YouTube family. And be sure if you do to hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload. And for everyone else who has been hanging in there with me, I thank you so much for your support. And tonight I have another little video about things that I do differently. And this one's entitled Things That I No Longer Do. Now, this is stuff that used to be a part of my life, but I changed it. A lot of it you'll notice is things that I've had to change as I've gotten older because of health issues and just things in general. It happens to everybody. There goes that nose itch again, Charlotte. I'm sorry. Okay. And the first thing at the very top of my list that I do not do any longer is smoke. Which, when I did smoke, I wasn't a very heavy smoker. I started smoking late in life. It was after I was divorced and pretty much out running around. And I kind of more or less did it to have something to do with my hands. I was out partying, because all my buddies did it and everything. But it wasn't like I was like 4 or 5 packs a day. I probably smoked maybe 1 pack every 5 days. Like I said, I didn't smoke it like through the day and regularly, just in the evenings on the weekends when I went out and stuff, I was a smoker. So I had to quit that. Basically, I think that more than anything, I quit the smoking part when I got pregnant with Alex, to protect for the baby. Now, after he was born, there were times when I picked it back up again, and I always called it stress smoking when there were situations in my life that got really heavily stressed. Then I would pick up the cigarettes and start smoking again. But I've totally quit now, and I have no intentions of starting back to it. And the next thing that I no longer do, I can't even talk tonight. The next thing I no longer do is get drunk. It sounds like I'm drunk right now, don't it? But I promise you I'm not. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have like a little glass of wine every once in a while, and maybe even like a mixed drink. But that's going to be very sporadic because I'm not into drinking at all, like day drinking or even like drinking every night. Back in my younger days, I was drinking constantly, like on the weekends. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights when I went out with my friends, it was get drunk every weekend as much as possible. And even holidays come up and I had more than the 3 days to get drunk on vacations, I did it then too. Just get drunk and drink, and as much basically till you throw up, kind of drunk. That. I no longer do that because I can see now how wasteful it is on your wallet, money being thrown away. When you're drinking out like that, it's very expensive than when you just buy a 6-pack of beer or a bottle of wine to take home. It costs you a lot of money. So drinking is just not something that I'm really into anymore. The third thing that I no longer do is bite my nails. Now, I know right now they're short, but that's because they break off from the work that I do. I used to be a terrible nail biter. I mean, horrible about it. Bit it off to the point where they would bleed, like down into what they call the quick, I guess it is. And it was basically from stress in my life. I realize that now. When I was going through periods of really stress, in my childhood mostly, I chewed my nails a lot. My sisters did too. I think some of them have also quit. But when we were living in a home with parents and stuff growing up, we chewed our nails really bad. And I even did it too after I got out and got on my own for a period of time. But I have since quit chewing my nails, biting my nails, whatever you want to call it. And I did manage at one time to get them out long enough where I was able to paint them up real pretty and put those nail stickers on them. But like I said, they break off. They're very thin and brittle because of the chewing over the years and the job that I do. My hands in water and washing dishes and stuff, and that causes them to get little hairline tears, and they rip. They tear off. I'll show you if I can get it up there and show you. You can't even see it. I do have a little bit of a nail. See right there? I don't bite them anymore. And I'm glad that I don't. Maybe one of these days they'll get out there long enough where I can, I can actually paint them up, make them look pretty, and get a good manicure. And the fourth thing I no longer do is color my hair. I've been coloring my hair, bleaching my hair since I was like 15, 16 years old. In fact, my mama, she probably wouldn't remember this if I told her this. She gave me my first bottle of bleach blonding kit when I was 16, where you pull the color completely out of your hair and then put the toner back on and turn it blonde. She gave me that. And I had some pictures. I could have dug them out and brought them and showed you where I had blonde hair for quite some time. And then I've had it just about every other color. I've had it black, I've had it brown, I've had it auburn, I've had it red, I've had it rust, I've had it pink, I've had streaks in it. But I after my son was killed, I decided not to color my hair anymore. I just basically gave up on doing a lot of things. And coloring my hair was one of them. One thing too, it was very hard to take care of, because when the roots grew out, you had to color it again. If you were wearing it blonde, you had to bleach the roots and then put a toner on it. It just got to be such a big expense and a chore that I just kind of let my natural. Now, this actually is my natural gray hair. I realize I do have a brownish dark streak there, and I don't know why it grows out like that. But for the most part, my hair is this color. It's gray. And it's grown out, and I've cut it, and it's grown out again. But I still, for some reason, retain dark parts in there. But this is actually my natural hair color now. It's not, when I was growing up, my natural hair color was brown. And for those of you who are wondering about the statement that I just made about my son being killed, I do have plans to do a video on that later. But it's something that I can't really share it right now. I'm just not at that point in my YouTube journey to go into the details of my son's death. And the fifth thing that I no longer do is collect Tupperware. I used to really love to buy Tupperware. I would have parties and buy it at the parties. I would buy it at yard sales and flea markets, any place I went to, and pick it up. I bought pieces of Tupperware that I never even used just because they looked really cool when they demonstrated how to use them, and I never used them. I've since put a lot of my Tupperware online and sold it. I've donated a lot of it to thrift stores. I still have some favorite pieces that I do hang on to and use. I have the hot dog keeper. I had 2 hot dog keepers at one time. I have no reason why. 2 hot dog keepers. I have a bacon keeper, a cold cut keeper, a cheese keeper. And then I have, a couple of mixing bowls and some other random pieces of Tupperware. At one point I was collecting the Tupperware canisters, and I've since gotten rid of them. So Tupperware is expensive now anyway. I know that it has that lifetime guarantee, but I just don't collect it anymore. When I had a family and stuff, maybe there was more of a bigger use for it, but there's not anymore. My dog's down here. Every time I do a video, she's in it. Okay, the 6th thing that I no longer do is sleep on my side. When I was younger, I could sleep on my side, I could sleep on my back, I could sleep on my stomach. In fact, when I was pregnant, pretty much the whole time I was pregnant, I did sleep on my stomach. And my mother-in-law used to fuss at me because she's like, "You're going to hurt the baby." I'm like, "No, the baby's well protected in there." I was just more comfortable sleeping on my stomach. I'd lay flat on my stomach and put pillows on top of my head and just like a little crack on the side to breathe out of. That's just the way I slept. I no longer sleep on my stomach, and I can't sleep on my side. I could turn on my side and sleep for a short period of time, but I can't sleep all night that way, because when I'm on my side like that, it cuts the circulation out so bad in my legs that they go numb, and it ends up waking me up anyway. Right now, my favorite sleeping position is flat on my back. Just flat out. No other position. I miss sleeping on my belly. I do. I miss it a lot. Let's see. Number 7. And this one's because of health reasons. I no longer take the bubble baths. I take showers. I really enjoyed taking the baths, getting in the hot water and with the bubbles and sinking back in, up to your neck like this. But the thing about it now is, if I get down in the tub to take a bubble bath, I can't get back out. I seriously cannot. Getting down on the floor to clean things or even to bend over and pick up stuff, is extremely hard on my body because I have arthritis in certain areas. I don't bend as good as I used to when I was younger. I was pretty bendy when I was younger. I rode horses a lot, and stuff like that. But I just can't do that anymore. So taking baths, they're out of the question. I enjoy taking showers because you can get in and get clean and pretty much get out pretty fast. When you're taking a bath, you're just pretty much lollygagging around and laying in there anyway, And shower, I get in, wash my hair, my body, and everything, get out. I take very quick showers too. Number 8, I have no longer the need to depend on people to help me. I just don't. If it's something that I can figure out how to do on my own, I do it. I've got a lot of instruction books on how to fix things, repairing, stuff. If I can't find it in a book, I will Google it. I will go on YouTube and look up a YouTube video that shows me how to do it. Try to Google something about it. And I found a lot of resources online that help me to fix things, to build things, to repair things. And it's just easier that way. It's less expensive that way than to depend on somebody else to have to help me do the things. I'm pretty independent now. As a woman on my own, that's just something I've had to learn how to do. It's not depend on other people. Number 9. Now this is kind of partly true, but 70, maybe 80%, 20% not, something like that. Anyway, I don't wear jeans like I used to. I used to wear jeans all the time. Now I pretty much wear elastic waist, leggings, yoga breeches, exercise clothes, stuff like that. And the reason for that isn't because I don't like jeans. I do. I love jeans. I have a bunch of jeans in my closet that I haven't worn in years. But I have a health issue with my bladder that causes me to have to pee a lot. I mean, a lot, really. And when it comes time for me to go, I need to get them britches down fast. And if I have to be unsnapping a buckle and pulling down a zipper, I'm going to be wetting myself. So it's just easier with something that's got elastic waist. When I need to go to the bathroom, pull it down and get out of it. Now, I have like 2 pairs of jeans in there that I will wear on occasion if I'm just going to be out and about for a short period of time where I can get home and get out of the jeans, then that's what I'll do. But I don't wear jeans on a regular like I used to. I used to wear jeans to work all the time, every day at every job that I was in. But I can't do it anymore. And number 10, the very last thing that I don't do, I do not sort my laundry anymore. Now, when I had a family and had kids and stuff, maybe I had a lot more clothes to wash. It made sense. Have a load of whites, have a load of colored, have a load of blue jeans, have a load of towels, bed sheets or whatever. I don't do that anymore. It's basically because I don't have a lot of clothes to wash. I do wash up, like I said, twice a week because I have to have my work uniform, but my washer is not full. It's just a very small load. I don't separate the whites. If there's whites, they go in with that too. I throw everything into good. I wear t-shirts, a lot of pullover shirts and stuff like that. If I have any dressy clothes, a lot of them are dry clean or hand washed anyway. So they won't even go in the laundry. So there's really no need for me to separate the towels from the sheets and the stuff. Probably the only thing that I would separate, I would tell you, would be if I was washing rugs. I wouldn't put the rugs in with my regular clothes. I would put the rugs in a trash bag and take them down to the laundromat and wash them in their big ginormous washers they got down there. But I no longer take the time to separate my laundry out. So that's it, folks. That is the 10 things that I no longer do in my life. Don't have the time for such stuff. I thank you guys so very much for coming and seeing me tonight, visiting with me on my channel. If you're just visiting here tonight and you enjoyed this video, be sure and hit a like. And y'all just come back and see me any old time. Bye, y'all.